They counting Kid out before he even got in the ring. They saying that Roach is better than Kid. Like even if Kid didn't win, if Kid make it 12 rounds, his value go up. Even if he don't win, if he could make it 12 rounds with Tank, his value skyrocket.
Everybody,
so
Tank knocked out dudes and their value went up. You know what I'm saying? They
for
became
real.
soft. And they
So
become
going 12, it's definitely going to go up. That's
Tank is the measuring stick. So for me, my goal is make sure my son make it out of there alive. That's the whole thing. My son haven't been hit by somebody explosive like Tank.
right.
But that's the fun part of boxing. I think Tank should fight at 140. If that was me, though. His biggest fights is at 140. Like with the Shakur and all of them. But it's on Tank. Tank is a businessman. He gonna make the right decision and everybody gonna move when he decide to move. It's that simple.
Most of Tank's fights, he's losing a fight. He's just that patient. He's that patient and that calculated to when they make a mistake. Now, take a fighter, because I don't give a damn. I got way much more skill than Rolly and Isaac Cruz. So they're beating him. He just, he's just patient. That's all Tank has, patience and a left hand. That's all he got. You take that away, what does Tank do good? His countering, his left hand, and his patience. I'll wait against somebody who ain't weight drained. Because I put in a contract, I ain't taking no rehydration clause. You're going to fight me how you fight me. If I got to come in the ring 165, you're going to fight me 165. I mean, it is what it is. But I just think, like, he ain't all that. That's just my opinion. And I ain't going for like how Lamont, you see how somebody actually stepped into him. And Lamont's a 130 fighter. Somebody actually stepped into him. He didn't know how to act. That left hand couldn't land for nothing. I mean, we got him taking knees in fights, talk about hair grease. Like, come on. I got hair grease in my eye, so I got to go take a knee. Man, blood could be in your eye. The hell is hair grease? So this is what y'all making king? Someone taking knees for some hair grease in his eyes? I mean, like, it all goes down. These Tank meat writers at the end of the day. And I just can't wait to prove people wrong because, like I said, Tank is a great champion. You know, from when I met him in Miami, he was a great guy. Nice guy. But it's time to get him up out the sport. Like, how's he going? He don't even want it more than me. So how's he going to beat me? But I'll just leave it at that.
All right, man, let's talk. So Schofield and them, WBA ordered it. Floyd Schofield Jr., the third, whatever he is. Kid Austin versus Gervonta Davis at WBA. Most people speculate that that's who he can come out against. And, Greg Hacker reposts, I guess, him and Floyd Schofield daddy and Kenny Ellis, one of Tank Davis trainers, had a conversation. And he said that if we can just, Floyd Schofield daddy said, if we can just go, or Kid Austin daddy said, we can just go 12 rounds, our stock is going to go up. He said Tank did knock people out and their stock can go up. I ain't like the way he was talking. The son, I address what the son said because I'll put that in there too. You can't have that mentality going into a fight. We ain't even thinking about losing. We might think about getting dropped. We might think about getting cut. We may prepare for the worst, but I'm not speaking, if we can just go 12. No, we not trying to go 12. We trying to seek and destroy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my son is bigger, stronger, faster, more athletic. His son is saying all Tank got is a counter left hand, a left hand, power. And that's what he's saying. That's all he got. They got to go in there and prove that. We don't want to hear, oh man, we just got to go 12 and our stock gonna go up. It sounds like you selling your O for something. And Tank can do that boy bad. You know what I'm saying? Tank can do him real bad. He ain't had the proper move up. Even if he had the JoJo Diaz fight, that wouldn't have been enough. I think he need to fight, somebody like Albert Bell before getting in there with a guy like Tank and Albert Bell or Yavendi Mendy. I think he's still around. Some of those tough veterans at 140 pounds, George Cordina, William Zepeda. you know, two of those type of names before he was ready. But apparently they talked themselves into this fight, and you know, his son does have athleticism. He does have speed. He does have power. He's a big kid, and you know, the number one question is, are they gonna go through with it, or are they gonna duck out the fight at the last minute? That's the $1 million question. But to say, oh man, if we just can go 12 rounds, you know, our stock go up. What are we talking about? If we win, our stock go through the roof. We ain't just trying to make the stock go, hey, we trying to make the stock go, hey, we trying to go through the roof. And I don't like the way he talking. I don't like the way that bro talking. It should be supreme confidence. And when you start talking and like that kind of turn people off for wanting to see the fight. You know, the thing about it is Tank been out the game a long time. You know, Tank been out the game a long time. You know, and, you know, he ain't fought too many people that's athletic like he is. You know, so really they got to have a good camp in which they gain a lot of experience in that camp with good sparring partners. You know, because if he lose and get stopped, like most people believe he will get stopped, it's going to be a lot of people who, you know, is his dad going to be able to take the backlash? I mean, I guess they could, because they already took the backlash for pulling out the Shakur Stevenson fight. So, you know, everybody just money hungry, man, right now. You know, everybody, and I ain't mad at it. Everybody needs some money. Everybody needs some money. I ain't knocking it. Everybody needs some money. Everybody needs some money. And I get a lot of people, their whole thing is money, 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 money. And I know, you know, quite frankly, I try to stay away from those individuals, but they got a point. They got a point. You know, they got a point, but your purpose can't be chasing money. I tell brothers that the whole time. Chasing money gonna lead you down a path of Satanism. I'm telling you that, man. Because if you chase some money, you'll do anything for money. You know, you lose your soul, you know, chasing some bread. So that's the crazy thing about it. But you know, in general, man, it's life. It's life, man. But yeah, they talked themselves into this fight, negotiated their way into this fight. I ain't knocking it. Hey, your boy is not knocking it. I definitely understand where they coming from. You get a once in a lifetime type of opportunity to you know, to take this type of fight. I feel like you got to do it. I feel like you got to do it. So, you got to do it. Well, you know, and his son was going around, you know, talking cash shit. Oh, but his son was basically saying that his son was saying that, oh, all Tank got is this, and we not worried about what Tank got going on, and I thought, man, sometimes all you need is that. Truth be told, sometimes all you need is that. Money Mayweather didn't have a plethora of a bunch of weapons. You know, I'm thinking about doing Muay Thai. And I was watching the video about them talking about Muay Thai, and the UFC fighter came in, sparring they people, right? He came in sparring he said, or a Muay Thai master, it was somebody big. He came in sparring they people, and he said all he did was the fundamentals. All he did was beat all y'all with fundamentals. He said ain't no real special moves, it's just mastering the fundamentals. I'm like, damn, you know, that's deep. You know what I mean? And that's true. It's just mastery of the fundamentals. And, you know, Kid Austin is an awkward fighter, you know, real shifty fighter. You know, see, he seemed a little bit more cleaner than Sean Porter was smothering his punches. But, you know, do we got the experience? Do we got the technical skills? Do we got the conditioning? You know, and people want to shut his father. I don't feel like his father already been shut up by some of the things that he's done. You know, by some of the things that he, you know, put him out versus Shakur Stevenson. But, you know, we gonna see, man. I mean, I'm gonna watch the fight. You know, Tank fights are exciting. You never know what can happen. But we got to know Tank coming back. You know, they allowed Tank, they stripped him and then gave him his title back. So, you know, to Tank, titles do matter, or to somebody over there. So, yeah, man, I think it'll be, you know, they said they expect to return in August, Kid Austin and them. So be it. You know, so be it. I mean, you supposed to take these chances while you're younger. Yeah, you supposed to take these chances while you're younger. You know? But saying, oh, if we can just go 12 rounds, I was like, nah, nigga, nah. That turned people off from buying the fight. But now you got to believe that y'all can win. Don't go. And his son, from what I seen, I ain't seen a lot of Kid Austin. He ain't no survival mode type of fighter. He get busy. He get busy. He get busy. He get busy. He ain't no survival mode type of fighter. So, but honestly, man, I'm interested in it, man. So hopefully they can, you know, train down there in Houston with Ronnie, and you know, really, you know, have a hell of a camp. You know, bring in some experience. I would bring in experienced fighters. I wouldn't even try to just bring in guys that fight like Tay. I want guys who got experience. You know, we just need to, it ain't necessarily brutal work that he should be looking for. That's what I tell him. It ain't necessarily brutal work that he should be looking for. It should be experience and skillful work. But like I said, I'd like to see him fight Albert Bell first. I think Yevgeny Mendy, an old, strong-ass fighter that still might be in there. Joe Cordina. Maybe even the guy that Abdullah Mason fought. But if he can win this fight, that Abdullah Mason fight looking real good right now. You know, looking real good right now. But hey, man, let me know what y'all girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live, we drop video. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram. Join the Patreon. Peace.